In spite of Tesla's recent surprisingly low delivery numbers for the first quarter of this year, analysts are saying that the combination of Tesla and CATL in America is going to change the game. It's going to lead to an energizing or a turbocharging of the electric car market in America. Here's what they're saying. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Now, yes, you're probably thinking, hang on a minute. Aren't Ford and General Motors also going to use lithium iron phosphate batteries from CATL or manufacture those batteries in America as well? I mean, how is Tesla and CATL any different? Well, first of all, Tesla, they have a long history of making a lot more electric cars than General Motors and Ford. And General Motors and Ford have said that they are pausing their EV production numbers. The numbers they gave us are now on pause indefinitely. Who knows when they're going to take that pause away? And the thing is that if they do remove that pause, we know that GM and Ford are not very fast at ramping up EV production. They don't do it particularly quickly. They're nothing like BYD, for example, who just go crazy and just ramp up production in a matter of weeks. I don't know how they do it. It's insane. And Tesla doesn't run at that speed either, but they run a hell of a lot faster than General Motors and Ford. And that's the key point. Production numbers. The other thing here is efficiency. A lot of people crowing about including myself, the GM Silverado EV range, which is amazing, but the battery pack is more than 200 kilowatt hours in size. It's astronomically large. Therefore, that vehicle is astronomically expensive. Think of what it would cost to build the Cybertruck for Tesla, right? Yeah, it's not a cheap vehicle to manufacture, clearly. It requires all different new ways of building things. So does GM's Silverado EV. However, the cost for Tesla to produce the Cybertruck is infinitely less than what it costs General Motors to produce the Silverado. Tesla is selling the Cybertruck, right, for $100,000 more than what GM is selling their electric Silverado for. But the Silverado has a battery pack that is nearly twice the size of the battery in the Cybertruck. So that's where things are getting tricky for General Motors, and for Ford. Neither of them are selling many EVs, so they're selling them at a loss because they're dipping their toes in the water. They're too scared to kind of ramp production because, hang on a minute, Ford say we're going to lose $6 billion this year on EVs. That's what they said. How much are we going to lose if we actually take electrification really seriously? And, half of our products, half of our cars are EVs. That number could skyrocket. That's the challenge. And that's why Adam Jonas from Morgan Stanley says that the combination of Tesla and CATL, Tesla's the only car company in America who clearly knows how to make a profit selling EVs, is extremely game-changing for the car market there. Adam Jonas said that Tesla and CATL are the power couple that will recharge the United States' electric vehicle market. In a note released recently, Morgan Stanley says the United States is an under-penetrated EV market. There's heaps of opportunity. China isn't coming anytime soon to the US. Yesterday, the US ruled out China ever coming. They're saying that they won't be allowing that. China is a fully penetrated EV market. I mean, is that true? No, that's what Morgan Stanley said. It's not true, but it has already hit 48% in March. So there's opportunity there. Not a whole lot, though, in comparison to America and Canada and even South America as well. In addition, the United States has an undersupply of affordable EVs and cheap batteries for EVs. China has an oversupply of EVs and battery cells in the battery market. The current political climate between the United States and China, it's going to be discouraging enough to prevent companies like BYD even bothering with their planned Mexican factory. And it means that this is discouraging Chinese battery suppliers like CATL from distributing their oversupply of batteries to America. Europe even is leaning towards domestically sourcing and supplying battery cells for electric vehicles. In our view, said Jonas, this will require a degree of westernization of Chinese tech to be palatable in the US, given the rising protectionist sentiment in the US and Europe. At the same time, China is experiencing an oversupply in EV batteries, thus the reason for lithium iron phosphate batteries being sold by CATL and BYD having dropped to the price of $55 per kilowatt hour, which actually makes it cheaper to build an EV than a gasoline-powered car, and is seeking a conduit to offload or off-ramp supply via export opportunities. In other words, CATL is very keen to be producing batteries in America, even if they're not doing it directly. They set up the facilities for Tesla. Tesla will run the plant. Clearly, Tesla are very keen on this happening. We already know that there's been reports from China saying CATL have already sent the battery manufacturing equipment to America. It's on its way right now. China-based, the biggest battery company in the world, CATL, believes it's found a way to offload its EV batteries to OEMs in the United States through licensing, royalty, and services. Now, Tesla is probably going to be the first company to really properly collaborate with CATL, and they already have a great relationship. I mean, Tesla is the biggest company for biggest contract for CATL. People familiar with the matter recently shared that Tesla and CATL are collaborating on developing a new fast-charging battery, which is their M3P battery, or their lithium iron phosphate manganese doped battery. It's basically a lithium iron phosphate battery doped with manganese to give it a higher energy density. But Tesla is also planning to use CATL's existing Shenzhen lithium iron phosphate battery at its gigafactory in Nevada, which is currently in the midst of an expansion. But people are reporting as well that Tesla has just leased a massive space next to their gigafactory in Texas, which they'll also plan to use for battery production as well. So if that's possible, if that is true, we might see CATL Shenzhen batteries being made in the US very, very soon. Now, these batteries are technologically much more advanced than the existing LFP batteries that Tesla use in their standard range EVs. They charge at about triple the speed, 550 kilowatt. It's been proven in a number of tests in China. These batteries have no issues in the cold, which is common for LFP batteries. They don't perform as well in the cold, but that has been changed with this new technology. And they have higher energy density, meaning they are literally game changing. In our view, Tesla is in a very strong position to on-ramp Chinese EV tech to the US. In leveraging Chinese manufacturing know-how, Tesla can deliver a $25,000 EV and massively drive adoption in the US. Now, that's coming from Morgan Stanley. I believe that that is an incredibly accurate prediction. The investment bank reiterated its overweight rating and $320 price target for Tesla. It's, even after we've seen these poor delivery numbers recently come out. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you believe that Morgan Stanley is correct? Is Adam Jonas correct? Or is this just another kind of hype job for Tesla? Now, you guys know what I think. I genuinely think that we are going to see Shenzhen batteries in the new Model Y Juniper. It's already the best-selling car in the world. It's the best-selling car in the world, right? Period. But honestly, the current existing Model Y it's good, but it's not that good. If we had a Model Y, which had all the upgrades of the Model 3, and it used the Shenzhen battery, it wouldn't be version 2 of the Model Y. It would be version miles better than the Model Y, because it's basically solving every criticism. Noise, hard suspension, battery life, weight, everything will be improved. This new battery is also lighter than the previous battery. I mean, this is the battery that has just won the award for global best technology invention in 2020. The end of 2023 was voted on by, I believe, around 30 experts in Europe. They said this is the best thing we've seen in years. If Tesla were to combine that with all the new features in the Model Y, put those into a car that was already the best-selling car in the world, well, yeah, we don't even need a Model 2 base. Well, Tesla doesn't necessarily need one based on that. They need to just be able to build millions of that car and keep the prices where they're at. Because if they can do that, that's the car, in my opinion, that cracks the back of internal combustion. Thanks for watching.